So I'm using a filter here to add that outline. And I expect, let me turn off this outline. All right, so there's no outline on it right now. And when you render it, you get that. And the way you control it is here. Let's see here. This is for the cavity sensitivity. I wish I knew how to get that a little bit cleaner through there, but I don't know how to do that. I don't think it's that. No, that doesn't do it. But basically, what the way it works is you need depth at -1, and these numbers change every time you adjust the model. Every time you render it, they're off. Well, I mean that I didn't move very far, but like if you do this, it'll be off. Well, sometimes it's off. And the way you set it, you need to be able to set the close point and the far away point. So here, the close point would be either this point or that point. And so you would grab the depth here and just drag it out and drag it onto it, and that number updated. And then you're going to drag this number and drag it down here. So you just do this. And now when you render it, and you can do that live actually after it's rendered. But yeah, that's it. And outline cavity replace normal. The front color is often set to white. You got to change that. And this is too, this is too cavity fall off. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the overall stroke right there. Yeah. And if you didn't want it to fade at all, you just set this to 0, I think. Yeah, now that stroke is everywhere. And setting it to that makes it fade in the distance, and if you did it to 1, it would go in the other direction. So, but that same thing works for blur. If you wanted to do blur, and it's hard. So the effect is not huge. You do blur set to 0, and then you would do depth to -1, I think. And you drag this here, drag that there. I don't think that did it. Let's see here. Well, its filter is set to blur. No, that's not doing that. Let's see here if we turn this off. Oh, I know what it is. It's doing it, but it's reversed for some, and I'm not sure why it would do that. But if you set the depth now to 1, now this is clear and that's blurred. I don't believe that the radius changes it in the, oh, maybe it does. Well, I guess it does. Yeah, so the radius changes the effect as you go down. Oh, okay, I got you. And then the only other thing I usually add is I will add paint, and I'll do the same thing. And I'll make this, well, let's leave it gray for now so we can see it better. In fact, let's give it a little color. Let's do something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to knock out the color as we come forward. So it's going to have to be no. So it's going to be 1. Yeah. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set depth on the front and depth on the back. Yeah. And so then it will adjust. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. And then the fall off if there's a depth exponent or whatever. Yeah, so the depth exponent will change it. It's basically the fall off, I guess. Huh. All right. Well, now we know that. But I've been rendering more and more in ZBrush because it's just faster. It happens so fast. And, that I don't need the color. I want the color to usually be white. But that's usually what I want for rendering. And wait a minute now. Let's see here. That's not right. Let's see here. Yeah, and the cavity sensitivity needs to go up. Otherwise, see this line right here where it crosses? Watch what happens when I turn that down. It disappears, and so then you have your outline, you lose your outline where the form crosses, and that's the whole reason you want the thing to begin with. So anyhow, that's it.